Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Mr. Doctor Who Fan 13 Doctor Who DVD review. And today, I am going to be reviewing the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy's debut story, Time and the Rani, on DVD. Requested by Jack Hyde. So, thank you very much, Jack Hyde, for requesting this DVD review. I'll post a link to his channel down in the description below. And if you want to request a DVD review, feel free to post a comment. I'll leave, once again, a link in the description below to my Doctor Who DVD collection update as of July 2014, so you can see what DVDs to request. So, let's dive right into this. So, this DVD was released after 2010, so we have the purple BBC DVD logo, the horrible one, the one that no one likes. Doctor Who, Time and the Rani. Then on the front cover here, we have the 7th Doctor in the middle, the Rani to the right, and that guy to the left, I've got his name. That's Rani's servant at the bottom there. It's triangle, similar to the Deadly Assassin. So, yeah, it's kind of like ripping off the Deadly Assassin cover. Oh well, with something in the background there. It's rated PG, it's from the Sylvester McCoy years 1987 to 89. Then on the spine, we've got Doctor Who, Time, the Rani, blah blah blah. BBC to entertain, all that good stuff. On the back, we have pictures of the Rani and the brain. The Doctor there, with a bunch of those people, I've forgotten their names. The Doctor with in his regeneration outfit, with the Rani disguised as Mel. Those things, forgotten their names. Mel with that guy. Anyway, Doctor Who, Time and the Rani, starring Sylvester McCoy by Pip and Jane Baker. So, violently wrenched out of time, the TARDIS is brought crashing down onto the planet Laikatai by the villainous Rani, caught within the mainstream. The Doctor is forced to regenerate. Imprisoning the Doctor in her stronghold, the Rani seizes upon his vulnerable state by impersonating his friend Mel. The Rani discovers... Sorry, I can't speak today. The Rani deceives the unwitting Doctor into helping her achieve her audacious plan. You guessed it, take over the world. Just kidding. So, just what is she up to? Why has she enslaved Albert Einstein and a host of geniuses? Sorry, I can't. I'm reading this in the dark, so yeah. As an asteroid composed of strange matter approaches Laikatai, can Doctor save the universe when he has little idea of who he really is? So, special features, we've got commentary by Sylvester McCoy, the Doctor, Bonnie Langford, Mel, and Pip and Jane Baker, writers. The Last Chance Saloon, reference to the gunfighters. Cast and crew reflect on working at a critical time when Doctor Who was given its last chance. 70 FX, an examination of the visual effects throughout the story. Helter Skelter, an interview with the creators of Doctor Who's first CGI title sequence. Laikatai, an investigation into the way the planet changed in nature from script to screen. Hot Gossip, Kate O'Mara, the Rani recalls the fun of working with friends. On location, Guy Michael Moore from BBC Breakfast at Time interviews Sylvester McCoy, Bonnie Langford, and Kate O'Mara. Blue Peter, Janet Ellis introduces Sylvester McCoy. Radio Times, Billings, PDF, DVD-ROM, PC Mac. Production information, subtitles, photo gallery, coming soon trailer. I think that's for Revisitations 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. Digitally remastered picture and sound quality and Easter eggs. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between 7th and 28th of September 1987. Produced by John Nathan Turner, directed by Andrew Morgan. All the boring information no one cares about. says there. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. I'm sorry. That's better. Okay, it says there, sleeve text by Tim Kittle, cover by Clayton Hickman. So, inside here we have the main meat DVD, production notes, chapter selection, it's a 4-part story, inside information on people who do commentary, and special features, so, yeah. And then finally we have the disc for Doctor Who Time and the Rani. Now before I get into this, of course, I'm going to flip the cover over to the good BBC logo, like that, so, yeah. Sorry, the camera's going to flip over, isn't it? Yep, it is. Just did. Hang on. It's not easy doing this with one hand, you know, putting the, well, I technically did it with 2 hands, I don't know. Putting the DVD cover the right way round. Okay, we had some pretty bad camera work there, guys, but anyway, Time and the Rani. This has gone down in history as both the worst regeneration story, unless you count the Twin Dilemma, and one of the worst Doctor Who stories of all time. I gotta tell ya, this story sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I probably consider this the second worst classic story. Worst, of course, being Terminus. Second to third worst, probably second. Second worst classic story. And without a doubt, the worst regeneration story. Not even joking. Not even flipping joking. Actually, I'd probably say the worst, the third worst classic story because of Time Flight, I don't know. But this story just sucks. Sucks. I cannot stress that enough. Honestly, Pip and Jane Baker are terrible writers. No, sorry, I'd say this is the 4th worst Doctor Who story because they did one script that was slightly worse than this, and that was Terror of the Vervoids. But this is the 4th worst classic story, in my opinion. 4th worst classic Doctor Who story. That's saying a lot. That is saying a lot, to be honest. Pip and Jane Baker aren't very good writers to begin with. Their first Doctor Who script, The Mark of the Rani, while not great or even remotely good, was a watchable experience, though it got boring, making it the weakest of season 22. It wasn't bad. Their second attempt, however, with the trial of a Time Lord, Terror of the Vervoids, was an abominable mess, and it was just a horrible, horrible whodunit story that we'd seen done a million times better before in stories like The Robots of Death, etc. Then they wrote the second half of The Ultimate Foe after Bob Holmes died, which they did a decent job with. But they haven't had a great track record, have they? I mean, their last full script they wrote was Terror of the Vervoids, and that was terrible. But Time and the Rani, I got nothing. I've got nothing, honestly. It's silly beyond belief. I appreciate that the cast are trying to give good performances, and admittingly they are, but the plot is so bone dead stupid. The characters are really badly written, and after, I mean, episode 1's watchable, but after that, halfway through episode 2 you get bored, and it's just like, when will this fucking end already? Time and the Rani. I'm sorry, but I know some people enjoy this story, but I'm gonna go with the majority here, and say that It's one of the worst things to come out of Doctor Who ever. It's the fourth worst classic story. It's bloody horrible. Pip and Jane Baker should be ashamed of themselves because they're two of the worst writers to come out of Doctor Who. I mean, after the Mark of the Rani, they went pretty much downhill. Mark of the Rani was watchable, but Time of the Rani, no. 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 No, I don't like it. Sylvester McCoy deserved a better start than this train wreck. You thought the Twin Dilemma was a bad introduction to a Doctor. You ain't seen nothing yet. That is not the worst. The worst introduction to a Doctor is this. Time in the Rani. I mean that. I honestly mean that. So, I got nothing. I give the story itself a 3 out of 10. Actually, no, special effects are bad. No, I'm going to stick with the 3 out of 10. DVD release has a decent amount of special features, so I give that a 4 out of 10. But story gets a 3. Don't recommend this if you're trying to start. If you're looking to start out with a good Doctor Who story, if you're looking to start your classic collection with a good one, don't bother. This is for hardcore completionists only, like me. But if you're just a casual fan, don't bother with this one. It's bloody awful. I think I've made that pretty clear. Time Lash is 1,000,000 times better than this. 1,000,000 times better than this. I mean, Time Lash was good. People say that story's... In fact, Time Lash is rated lower than Time of the Rani. Only by a space, but... Anyway, that's... If you want to see what I think of Time Lash, just go check out my previous review. But... I'd rather watch The Twin Dilemma than this. Honestly. Anthony Stephen wrote Doctor Who slightly better than Pip and Jane Baker did. I can sit through all of The Twin Dilemma and laugh at how bad it is. But when I try to sit through Time in the Rani, I just get bored and I cry and get sad over how bad it is. So, let's go with that for now. This is Mr. Doctor 2013 saying word out. Next review will be of Survival, also requested by Jack Hyde. But stay away from Time in the Rani.